Hello, hello. I am about to get started with today's build. So I am going on live a little bit later than what I expected. Life caught up with me. So I am here on day 4. I want to say day 4. Okay. So day 1, we were here and we got a chance to build our Pokedex. We got a chance to build our Pokedex that comes with 5 of these little carton thingies. Comes with Pikachu, Eevee, Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. My favorite feature, of course, is the light. So this was our build on day 1. Day 1, we also got a chance to build this like little postcard thingy with Ivysaur on it. Let me go ahead, if you're watching on Amazon, go ahead and highlight the Ivysaur here. And all of these parts are little opposable parts. If you know Mattel, you know that they actually have a bunch of little Pokemons builds that you can buy. There are like the little, you get a Pokeball, and then that Pokeball you could actually have him standing on the top as well. But this is like a little postcard. This one comes from like a 3, like you could get 3, it's a set of 3 different ones that can kind of connect, and you can see where it connects like right here. The other 2, I think one of them is Pichu, and then the other one I don't remember what it is. From there, that was day 1. We still have to go in and like, let's see. So that was day 1. Day 2, we built our Butterfree over here. This is definitely one of my favorites so far. Butterfree is so cute. Look at him. And top view, you could actually see that you have the wing movement. Let me show you right here. So Butterfree, you have the wing movement. That was very interesting to build, especially this part right here. I didn't think the rubber bands were going to really do anything, but it does create that resistance. So you have Butterfree moving up and down. His legs are opposable, so you can move his legs to be in different positions. And then on top of that, you have 2 little plants right here on the sides that when you crank the crank, I guess, they move along with it. So that was day 2. Day 3, which was yesterday, we went ahead and we built Golbat. I definitely love Golbat here. I didn't really realize how the mechanic was for the motion until like later on. And that is actually one of the things that I love about this one, because when it comes to Butterfree and it comes to Eevee, which I'll show later, it is a crank. This one I think might be the same as this one actually. Push for motion. So Geodude is still going to have the push for motion, and this is what Golbat looks like. You push the little rock here, and he moves his wings. Right there, it's getting a little bit stuck, but it's because of the positioning I have it in. So anyways, this was yesterday's build. Today, so I'm basically counting down the days over to Pokemon Day, and today's build is Geodude right here. This one is 355 pieces. It is product number, hold on, 355 pieces. It's recommended for ages 13 and up. And this one, like I said, it's going to be kind of like Geodude, like Golbat, because it's the mini motion collection. So it's going to be, the motion is going to be active with a little button. Based off of here, I feel like maybe perhaps this is going to be the button, but I guess we'll see. This one shouldn't take me more than 2 hours, but I guess we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so those would be the builds that I have done so far for my little countdown to Pokemon Day. I can tell you I'm super excited. I do have one of the Lego ones coming my way. I did pre-order. So I'm hoping that I'll probably be able to start building that one with you guys next week. And the one that I got was actually, my husband got it for me for an anniversary present. And it is the one with Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. Since I don't have it in front of me, I always forget which ones are part of it. So it takes me a while. But today we're going to be focused on this one. I know that essentially when I found out that Lego had the license for Pokemon, I decided to go online and try to find all of the Mattel builds I could find. And this is, it basically created a whole backlog for me, if I'm being honest. So, okay, let's get started here with, looks like it's going to be 7 bags in total. So we have bag number 1, bag number 2, bag number 3, bag number 4, bag number 5, and as you can tell, look at that. Those are all like little hinges parts. So that's how I know that most of the time it's always, with these builds, I feel like most of the time I spend on definitely the base. Once I make it to the actual Pokemon, like everything is a little bit more smoother sailing, but definitely like these 3 right here, I want to say those are all part of Geodude. And you see all of this, that is the base. So here's number 6 and number 7. So this one has 7 bags. As I said before, this one is going to be 355 pieces. You have your manual. But today, I'm going to set the manual to the side over here. And because this one is available, the manual is available online. So I'm going to go ahead and use the online version. So it looks like bags number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all going to be the base. And just as I predicted, 5, 6, and 7 are going to be Geodude himself. I don't know why that stopped. I'm also kind of, so I religiously, on a yearly basis, end up watching Pokemon from the Indigo series all the way to Horizons. I'll be honest with you, this past year, I did it during the summer. So I haven't done it this year, but I actually have like some random episodes kind of like in the background. So if you hear that, that's what that is. All right, so we're going to start off over here, and we're going to start off with bag number 1. And once again, I'm telling you right now, most of the build time is going to be on that platform that it has. Let's see here. Bag number 2. It doesn't look so intense. Eevee, when I built Eevee was 1,533 pieces, I believe, or 1,355 pieces. I don't even remember anymore. But anyways, that one I can tell you felt a little intense because that one I spent like 6 hours on. Of course, I was kind of like in and out because I was essentially talking through the whole thing. I'm gonna set these apart. This is gonna be our movement. But I definitely do foreshadow the same thing. So I actually have, I don't have it right here. Oh, I do. And I'll show you guys a little bit later. But this is my build for tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there for a while. Because this one is 1,095 pieces. And this is just 300 short of what Eevee was. So I could assume that I'm going to have a long day tomorrow. I'm hoping that I'll finish it all in one sitting tomorrow. But if I don't, I'm probably going to be building while I'm watching the Pokemon showcase, if I'm being honest. Alright, so we're going to get started here with our base plate. And from here, it's going to start off with putting this to the side and adding a double side cap on both of these sides over here. And this side right here is going to, you're going to skip one because the other one's going to be crossed over on the other side. And we're going to do this twice, I believe. So we're going to do that side and do the same thing here. And we're just going to go ahead and do both sides at the same time just to kind of save energy instead of going back and forth. I guess we're kind of going back and forth, but I hope you know what I mean. But yeah. So if you have any questions, if you are on Amazon, I could tell you that my carousel down there has all of these. Most of them I own. The ones that I cannot talk to would definitely have to be the Charizard Motion one. That is part of my wish list. And I'll be honest with you, when it came to yesterday's stream, I saw that it went down in price again. So I'm probably going to have to like really pay attention to that wish list of mine so that I can kind of take advantage. But if I'm being very frank with you, the reason why I think that they are definitely going on sale and stuff is definitely because Mattel is no longer going to be producing these because of the Lego license, I believe. I don't know how that works. So if you know how that works, let me know in the comments below. But that I understand is technically now, until that license is expired with Lego, we're essentially going to be receiving news from Lego when it comes to Pokemon builds. I'm like super excited. I really am hoping that if that's the case, that we are going to eventually see the big Mega one, the Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur one. Something to the level of that, but with all evolutions. I feel like Mattel didn't get a chance to do that, and I think that probably Lego should. Just throwing it out there. If there's any master builders that want to go ahead and build it and like submit it for ideas, just trying to give you an idea there. I would definitely buy that one, and I would definitely vote for that one. Alright, so here we're going to have these two. Going to combine them right over here with the double sitting side cap on both sides, and we're going to add half of this one so that we can combine it at the bottom right here. So as you can see, it's going to be a small base plate, just like Golbat over here, which you can find in the carousel. So this one was 8x8 base plate. This is going to be a little bit wider because of course Geodude is like kind of holding up. But then from there we're going to move forward, and we're already going to do some of the tiling on these sides over here. I don't think it's, is it this one? No, I think that one is a little bit bigger. We need the 6x6, the single 6 ones. So it's going to be one over here. Thank you for the follow. I truly appreciate that. Cross Crazy. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about the builds that I have there, I have built most of them. I have Charizard, the small one, not the motion one. That one I have built, which is this one right here. You could also find it in the carousel. And then I also have Eevee built up. The one that I don't have necessarily in the carousel is the Pokeball. If you've seen the Mattel Pokeball. But if you go to the storefront, which I always encourage you to visit, especially if you are a builder and want to see what are some of my favorite ones that I recommend, you could find the Pokeball there. That one I love because it's the way that it sits. If you find me on YouTube, you could actually see it sitting on my backdrop. But I love how it sits and it glows, and it kind of gives you that feeling of when the Pokeball gets thrown, and it's when the Pokeball gets thrown. See, I already messed that up. Let's see here. 2 from the back, 1, 2. This one is gonna be 3 and 3. Okay. It gives you that effect of what the Pokeball does when you throw it and it's like trying to catch the Pokemon. That's the pattern that the light gives off, and I think that's so pretty cool. Alright. From there, we're going to grab these tall 2s with the hole in the middle. There should be 2 of them. We're going to put these to the side. Kind of help out with being able to find them a little bit easier. There we go. These are going to go 1 on each end. That's 1. And here's 2. And then a tall 4 in the middle between those 2. Right there. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and add 2 windows over here. So this is going to be 1 and 2. Ditto episode. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's a Ditto episode. I'm so excited for Pokopia. If you don't know what Pokopia is, cozy game that is going to be releasing for Pokemon Day. I am going to be playing off of my daughter's Switch because I have not bought a Switch 2. I still have my Switch Lite, and realistically speaking, Pokopia is probably the reason why I'm going to switch over to the Switch 2. Other than that, I was like fine with just sharing with my daughter, but with Pokopia, I think I'm going to have to get my own Switch 2 finally. But I'm super excited for that to come out. And in all reality, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to announce another Pokemon too. Or another release. Like, it's 30 years of Pokemon. If it's not another release of another game that they're going to announce, I would probably say that I kind of expect them to... I don't know. Does Nintendo do remasters? I actually don't know if they do remasters, but I wouldn't be shocked if they try to do like, you know, a special level or something like that in commemoration of, or even a video in commemoration of Red and Green. It's 30 years. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do like some special reveal of something. But who knows? I actually don't know if they remastered stuff for Pokemon before. My favorite one has been Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I did Let's Go Eevee, I think? I don't even remember. It's been a while. Thank you for the follow, Miss Clay. I'm sorry, my phone is on its sideways. So I'm trying to read that as I go. Witness the evils of truth and love. Steps above Jesse. James. must stop at the speed of light. But yeah, I religiously watch the anime at least all the way through once a year. And usually it's during the summer, kind of close to my birthday. It's like a birthday celebration to myself. So right now, I haven't actually started from the beginning to end because I feel like it's a birthday tradition. And so therefore, if I do it right now, I'm kind of like cheating myself. Okay. Then we need the over side cap. Okay. Then there's going to be this odd one that's going to be hanging off the top, and it's going to be flush to the left side. Gonna add this one that is most likely going to hold the nameplate, probably. Oh no, it's probably gonna hold a rock. Oh. Let's see here. Hi Crystal, how are you today? Thank you for the follow, Luis. Great seeing you. I thought I missed it. No, I'm here. Oh, what's it called? I was gonna go live earlier today, but my sister, not my sister, my daughter's school had an event that I went to go volunteer, and it kind of ran a little bit longer. So I had to like readjust the timing. And anyways, I kind of prefer going live at night anyway. Pretty good. I got a new phone. Oh, congratulations! You got a new phone because you changed providers, or you got a new phone because the other one needed to be saved? I've been on both ends before. The last one was because we changed providers, and I don't know how I feel about it still. And my husband knows it too. I make him know that I'm not happy with our cell phone provider. Girl night lives are the best. Yeah, I kind of miss being live, especially at nighttime. I feel like definitely there's like a different vibe of whenever I like go live during the daytime versus the nighttime. But just overall, it's been a while. I took a break because of the holiday, and I had like so much family over, and I kind of, I didn't need. It's funny because I didn't need a mental break from like the going live. I needed a mental break from all the people that kind of came to my house. I was like, yeah, I kind of need to do that. Hold on. See, no, I changed because the previous one port was messing up. Oh, yeah, that's happened to me before too. Quite honestly, my phone right now, I need to get it fixed because I have issues with this phone. There's like no other way for me to explain it but that I have issues with this phone. It's I have a memory issue. Like I don't even know where half of my memory goes. I have iPhone, but it's like iCloud doesn't do anything. And then I've gotten to the point that I'm like, I've paid iPhone like iCloud storage for it to still tell me that I don't have enough room. I blame the content though. I feel like I definitely record a lot, and I put it on like, if I'm using I'm using Instagram now. Crystal knows my woes with like going live and stuff. Let's see. But saving the old one to use for Wi-Fi for my nephew or me when I watch YouTube or Disney Plus. Oh, that's good to do. I still have my other one. The only thing is I locked myself out of that old phone, but I've basically told myself that that's gonna be more of my content phone. But once I actually remember, like, I unlock it again. I actually don't know how to unlock it, which is the problem. Where'd I go? Okay. We're gonna add this other side over here. I like these because when it came to Golbat, I saw that it kind of like slides in between. So it's like a different piece, a specific piece for this build. I love when they make specific like pieces like that. Okay, that's one. We're gonna need 2 of those. Me too. Oh my god. And where are these charges coming from? Like so much money to subscriptions. You know, I see a lot of ads for Rocket Money. If it weren't for the whole fact that I kind of thought to myself, okay, now it's another subscription. Because I haven't even checked it out, but I'm assuming that it's another subscription. You're going to have to pay a subscription to be able to make sure that they could kind of like clean you out and be able to cancel the subscriptions for you. I'm like, if it were free, then again, I don't know if it's free. So if it is free, do let me know. And maybe I'll like keep an eye out and I'll actually like go for it. But like, I want someone who can just go through all my subscriptions like how they say they do and cancel what I don't need. Because sometimes like the worst thing too is that a lot of these subscriptions that I have is tied to my PayPal. So I forget to cancel, like, they, you know, it's, they make it hard for you to cancel, right? I think Rocket Money charges. I've tried it before. They do charge, right? Yeah. Because I've seen so many ads for them that I've considered, like, doing Rocket Money. But just the whole fact alone that it's a subscription, I'm like, okay. I need proof that you're gonna cancel all the other subscriptions. And what if like they cancel the subscription, but then their fee is as expensive as as all my subscriptions they canceled together, you know? So I don't know. I am very hard to convince when it comes to certain things. When it comes to certain things, I'm like, do I really want to find out the hard way? Because seriously, like, I don't know if you guys know, but, Spenty, uh, Savage Spenty, right? That's one. And then there was another one that was the Just Fab. I kid you not, I racked up so many credits with them because I would always forget to cancel because I never wanted to call, okay? I hate being on the phone with customer service, especially when it's like the automated and nobody answers the phone. So when you call in to cancel these subscriptions, that's what you're doing. You're waiting for them to answer the phone. And I always forget to cancel them. And next thing I know, I have all of these credits to use. And in my mind, oh, I have money saved up so I could go shopping. That's not real. It's my money that I used and that I forgot about. Let's see. What I don't get with Apple is why is Apple charging me for Disney Plus, but yet on the Disney Plus website I'm being charged. Why? Oh, do you have it signed up with both? Like, okay, so this is the thing. I have multiple emails depending on what I'm using, and it's a specific email. This kind of comes in handy when I'm like trying to sign up for a subscription. You know, you can put 2 and 2 together, right? But how is that gonna work? But I will say that the same thing happened to me for my Google Cloud. Okay, so I paid for extra storage off of my Google Cloud. My email that I use for like all my coupons and stuff. You could imagine how filled up that email gets. But that was like my first email ever before I started like separating everything. Crystal, laugh out loud. I do that. Yeah. I essentially, I guess I paid for it on my PC, and it was attached to my, once again, my PayPal. And then from there, I went ahead and I guess I also did Apple Pay for it too. And I noticed, I was like, why am I getting two charges for the same thing? It's like the storage, right? And it's not like it reflects that I'm getting extra storage. I'm still getting, I'm getting what I paid for the first time, and they're charging two times. It turns out that I was doing that for about 3 months, and they had to return to me. I think it was a total of $5. Like, it was a total of less than $10 because, of course, it was like I paid for like the 199 like upgrade or whatever. But even like that, you start thinking to yourself, "Oh my God, this is adding up. I am losing my money because of the whole fact that I guess the system doesn't recognize when you buy it in another place or something. I don't know, but definitely, I don't know. I've considered doing Rocket Money. I just am very. I'm a. I don't know. I know that I'm not gonna cancel it, but then again, like they'll cancel for me, so maybe. I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I ever push the button. My woes. My money woes. Like, where's my money going? Like, it seriously gets to the point that you're all like, where's my money going? Like, what subscriptions do I have? And the, like, there's some too that if you sign up with one credit, like with one card, apparently, like, if that card ends up, like, getting compromised or you cancel that card, right? There's some systems that apparently will automatically know that you changed your card, and it will charge the new card even though you haven't technically authorized that card to be used for that site. Did you guys know that? That happened to me. Um Oh, I hate that Apple groups all of your charges together in one big charge. Yeah, because then you don't even remember. Oh my god, no way. What the heck? Yeah, so, okay, what was it? You know how when you do purchases online, now you have like those little surveys at the end, and they tell you, oh, you can now redeem X, Y, and Z. Okay, so this happened to me. Let me tell you guys. This happened to me with the first time that kind of popped up. Okay, I had been buying, I don't even remember what site it was, and so I was like, oh, this should be legit because this is like one of the places I buy very often, and I usually buy in store, but that time I ordered online. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember that I ordered online, and I was kind of, okay, I trust the site. I'm pretty sure this is a legit company. Let's give it a try. And it was essentially a subscription that would. I didn't know it was a subscription, by the way. I found out once I actually clicked OK and I was like going through the whole process. Hold on, let me make sure I did it the right way. 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Um, I didn't know it was a subscription until after I signed up, which red flag. I should have probably seen that. And it was supposed to be one of those kind of like clubs that you get rebates back. And it kind of like tracks your purchases, and then you would essentially be able to kind of like redeem some of the money that you spend. So cashback, right? My sister is very big on those types of programs, and she is able to, like, she has cashed out quite a bit. I guess I just don't know how to use them because, first of all, I saw that it basically said that once I signed up, it basically said that I had a free trial. First, one. And second, when I went to take a look at my free trial, tell me why I can't sign in. Like the login credentials that I put and everything, it tells me that there's no actual associated account, but it's trying to charge my card every single month. But how am I supposed to cancel it if I don't even know how to log in? And when I go to the website itself, there's like no actual customer service line. And so it's hard for me to even find out how to cancel that. I know, right? So now I have this reoccurring charge that I've already talked to my bank about. And so they just send me a notification, hey, by the way, they're still trying to charge. You should try to like cancel this subscription or change the card on file. But that one was one that I was kind of shocked because I thought that they were gonna be one of those that would automatically. That's the thing. I can't look up the number because nothing pops up. Like I go to its website and then I've also done like a Google search to see what their customer service number is, and it doesn't pop up. But I know that it's a legit site because I'm not the only one that has tried using it, and I know that my sister uses it, and she has had success with like being able to rebate. And but for some reason my information, like I know which account I used. You know what though? It might be my fault in a way because whenever I sign up for anything like that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try the subscription, see how it goes. I do, like if I sign up through Apple, I do the hide my email, and I don't know it. And then I have the phone memorize my. Why does this look weird? Hold on, give me a second. I have to like take a look at this real quick. Cause oh, I have to make sure that it stays put. Okay, got it. Now does it say? Yeah, okay. And then both of them are facing the same direction. Perfect. I have to do 2 of those? No. I do 2 of those. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I don't know. I have to like look into it. But at least I could report. I could report that they're not charging me because my bank is stopping them. But nevertheless, though, like be careful because these are the reasons why I personally think that maybe perhaps I should ask Rocket Money to take my money so that they could fix this for me. Well, can't you go to the passwords on your settings and see? Yeah, and that's the thing. I always save it onto my passwords, and for some reason, it's not there. So even that even though I asked it to hide my email, like I can't even go back and check what that email is because like it's like non-existent. But I also blame my phone because I am not the best at technology. I try, but there's like certain mechanics that I'm like, okay, even if I was the smartest person, I feel like this I would not understand. And it's not to knock on technology, it's more along the lines of my patience with technology, if I'm being fair. That's odd and fishy. Yeah, I know. But like I said, I was able to fix it to a point. Um, and I know that eventually I'll find the customer service line that I could talk to. As long as they're not taking my money, I think I'm fine. But once again, like all of these like subscriptions just take up your money sometimes that you're like, where am I gonna like when did I even sign up for that? No, I lie. I remember when I signed up. Oh, and I got the Apple 12 mini. Oh. You love it? That makes sense why you want to keep the other phone though. Because it has a bigger, the other one has a bigger screen though, right? So like for gaming, it would, or like watching your subscriptions, it'll be easier for you to watch, right? Because I actually don't know how big the mini is. It's perfect because I have small hands. That's why I don't get any of the pros. Like the pros are definitely too big for my hands. I'm like, my husband usually gets the pros or like the larger, like the maxes or whatever. And I sometimes like grab the phone and I'm like, what the heck? I can barely see my hand. Like it covers up all of that. All of that. It's like, where did my hand go? Oh no. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, this one is tricky. Okay, so this one we gotta go like this. Let's see. And it's gonna go one side like that, one side like that. Is that correct? That's correct. The rubber bands on these kind of confuse me because I'm like, let's see how this is gonna go. But I think I got it. You know, I was super excited about Pokemon Day. And I was like, I'm going to do the stream marathon. Let's see. That's why I'm saving the old one. Girl, if no one has told you today, you are amazing. Oh, thank you. So are you. All of you guys. You guys are amazing. Today is Wednesday. Don't forget. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You're halfway there. But I truly appreciate that, Crystal. So we're going to use the 3. But like I was saying, I was super excited about Pokemon Day, and I was like, I am so ready for to do like a Pokemon marathon and get through all of my builds and so on and so forth. And now I'm starting to like feel a little scratch in my throat. I was like, maybe I wasn't prepared for this. Like, I'm starting to feel that little scratchiness, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to talk for a whole week next week. Let's see. Oh no! I should have probably done this part. Not on that one. Okay. From here, it's going to be a 4 on top, a top 4 on top. And that one's going to live right over here. Right there. I love these builds because they have just all the mechanical parts. Reminds me of the speed and technic ones of Lego. I can't wait to watch you play Pokopia. Me neither. I gotta see when that comes in, because I don't think I'm gonna get it for like that Friday. I ordered it directly through Pokemon Center. Because I wanted my plushie. They were doing a gift with purchase for Pokopia, and I have a Ditto plushie, but my daughter got to it, and so I don't have it anymore. And if you're new around here, you should know my favorite Pokemon of all time is definitely Ditto. So you could imagine my excitement to get to play this game as Ditto, because this is like, it's a cozy game and I get to play as Ditto. So therefore, it is meant for me. Yeah, it does come out tomorrow, but I thought that if you pre-ordered, you would probably see it get shipped earlier. So I thought that maybe perhaps I was going to see it in my mailbox much sooner. I can't. But that's just wishful thinking. That's probably, asking too much. But I'm super excited. I've been playing Dreamlight in my downtime here and there. But what helps the whole fact that I'm... Wait, that's right? Yeah. That's the black... This one. Okay. What helps the whole fact of making sure that I don't fall too behind when it comes to Dreamlight Valley is that I essentially have my husband's old Steam Deck. I am not cut up. Let's see. I don't know if you remember the Wikipedia page you told me for Dreamlight Valley. I wonder if they have one for Pokemon. For Pokemon in general, okay, so there's a couple of different sites you could go to. I'll probably like DM you and send you a couple of different sites. But when it comes to Pokemon, I think it depends on what it is that you're trying to search up as far as like where you could get some answers. Because you could always go to like Pokedex. I think it's Pokedex.com. It's like legit the Pokedex. You could see the entries for every single Pokemon that has ever been released. And it tells you like what their powers are, like what their abilities are, what generation they're from. Sounds good. Want to get into it. Sounds... I'm still shocked that you're not, like, I don't know. I feel like I've been surrounded by a lot of people that... Oh no! How did that happen? Okay, give me a second. How did that happen? That doesn't make sense. Hold on. Are they supposed to face the same way? Anyways. That is not a problem. I can fix this. Okay. Let's see. It really just depends on how you want to get into it. I'll be honest with you, getting into the games took me a while because I didn't have the accessibility to the games right away when I was a kid. I didn't have a Game Boy or I didn't have that type of stuff to be able to enjoy it. My fascination and my fandom definitely is all centered through the anime. Like I said, I religiously watch the anime. And I like go through a whole marathon on a yearly basis. Oh, did you ever play Pokemon Go? Oh yeah, definitely. I still play it every once in a while. The only reason why I don't play it like religiously is because I used to live in cities, so it was perfect for cities. And then from there, I kind of trailed off a little bit here and there, mostly because now I only really like play it when I travel. Because it was hard for me to be able to do anything like any of the dailies or anything like that and be able to kind of like really enjoy the content that they were giving and they were releasing for Pokemon Go because I lived in more of a not necessarily rural area, but it was harder for me to find like Pokestops and stuff. So it would be like the same three Pokestops, and after that, I kind of stopped a little. But every once in a while, especially when it has like a big update, I'll like log in. Like right now, I know that they have a huge event going on because of 30-year anniversary. So I always make sure that I kind of like log in during those times. Hey Faye, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I usually don't run these the same. If you're new around my channel here on Amazon Live, you'll notice that I'm probably gonna have the stuff here for you to visit. I always encourage you to take a look at my storefront so that you guys can see what other builds I probably recommend. But I'm essentially going to be building something whenever you're here with me. So I hope I'm not boring you guys. Because Crystal can tell you, I can chat. I can go, like, I could chat for hours. That is. And usually because of that chatting, I normally always have to, like, go back and fix something. See, like right now, I just noticed the smallest detail and I was like, oh no. ¿Por qué? Why did I do that? Okay, is it this way? It's this way. And hold on. I have to go back and take a look at that real quick. I've been putting things in the right spot. I've just been putting it in the wrong, like facing the wrong way. So just bear with me a second. Let's see. Like this right here, that's going the wrong way. Oh my goodness. This is why builds that should only take me an hour and an hour and a half take me so much more. I love the fact that Amazon actually notifies me. Really? I'm assuming that none of the other channels do. Well, I actually haven't gone on TikTok in a long time. You know my woes with TikTok. You know they don't like me there. For some reason, I apparently am not what they want for a live entertainer. Let's see. I want to expand my Spanish so bad, but I get so embarazadito. No, when I speak it. You know what? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Okay, I I have multiracial kids. Okay, I am from Guatemalan descent. I was born and raised here in the United States, but I'm of Guatemalan descent, and my husband is Haitian. Okay, so that means our kids. Let's see. No, laugh aloud. Don't like to notify either. Really? It doesn't notify you when I would go live? That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like I would always have to like tell you, hey, by the way, I'm going live. So I am Guatemalan, born and raised here, but Guatemalan descent. Spanish and English. I learned Spanish and English at the same time, even mostly because my sister taught me English because she knew that it was important to make sure that I knew English because of school. And then my parents mostly spoke Spanish at home. So I was definitely part of that generation that they had a small business, but between my sister and I, we would be the ones that would have to kind of like translate and kind of like conduct business at a young age. So my fascination of being like by trade an operations manager is not a surprise to me. But anyways, uh, so I basically learned Spanish and English at the same time because of how my family dynamic was. And I'll tell you right now, I feel very comfortable speaking English, a little bit more comfortable than when I speak Spanish. But when I start speaking Spanish, I like zoom through. It's like I know exactly what I'm going to say or whatever. Sometimes I don't feel confident in it, but I definitely know that I'm able to do that, right? But to top it all off, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because in all reality, especially when it comes to me being able to articulate myself, I struggle sometimes because I think with my Spanish brain, and I think you've heard me say this before. I speak with my Spanish, like I think with my Spanish brain, and I speak with my English tongue. That's how I say it, because sometimes even the words that I say in English, they're words that I know, but I can't say them. Like my husband and I started cracking up yesterday because we were talking about white chocolate academia macadamia nut cookies. But when I tried saying it back to him, in my head I was saying it fine. But in reality I was saying academia. And he couldn't stop laughing at the whole fact that I was basically calling this cookie very educated. Let's see. My late grandpa taught me Spanish, but I never really got to really into it. But I know more than my sisters. Really? Yeah, that kind of sometimes happens. I see it with my nieces and nephews. They're like around the same age I am. But they got to hang around with my mom and dad a little bit more, so I feel like the more time they hung out with, they got a chance to hang out with them. They got to learn more Spanish. My nieces and nephews that didn't really spend that much time with them are the ones that kind of struggle a little bit because my brother and my sister-in-law basically had Spanish going on. Like Spanish was not the main language at home, you know. Which there's nothing bad with that, quite honestly. I get it as a mother and being like first generation American, like a first generation. Oh yes, I get that so much. Like when I hear Spanglish, I just have to Spanish. I have to translate what I say in my brain in Spanish. Yeah, trust me, it happens a lot, and then you end up like getting like switched up with your words. But okay, so on to the Leo secret. So the whole fact that I know that I'm not the only one that does that because if you speak another language, you know that you're basically translating. Like you gotta give yourself the credit you deserve if you speak another language because really think about how fast our brains have to move to be able to translate that and be able to communicate because your brain realistically speaking doesn't know whether it first of all, your brain has to recognize what language you're being spoken to. From there, it has to translate to your core language to make sure that you understand what's going on. And sometimes, because this has happened to me, sometimes you're also dealing with the whole fact that your brain doesn't even know what language it wants to speak. Like, because you'll understand everything, realistically speaking, you know? Um, but the little secret I have is you're gonna benefit from this. But I'm actually working. So I have my kids who are bilingual. Well, technically they're trilingual, right? Because, like I said, my husband is Haitian. So, and to me, it's very important that they understand the value of knowing other languages. Because to me, I see it as a value. Um, I see my ability to be able to speak English and Spanish in what I call fluent as a very big benefit, because I have in my past as a operations specialist, I have worked for companies that are not even based in the United States. I've in like formed in the United States. I've been able to work for companies, Mexican companies, that quite honestly, if I didn't have the confidence in my language, I don't think I would have ever really seen the ability of what that actually means, you know? So, I am my one of my hobbies is actually writing. And so I have this little book that I'm working on for my kids, and I'm essentially translating it so that it's basically going back and forth between Spanish English, and then I'm doing another version where it's I'm basically teaching them the basics of French. And I don't know. I feel like when that becomes a reality, I might be like, "Hey, Crystal, you want to like check this out for me and see if it works for you?" The benefits of being on this creator journey with me. Because I don't know. I personally think it's important. It counts when you are working. Some employers pay more. Yeah, they do. Um, but just overall, like, I don't know. It's a very big benefit, definitely. Okay. I fixed my big mistake, you guys. I got past that. Congratulate me. I survived. All right. But, ooh, yes, I want to learn. Ooh, two. I know a little bit, but still. How old is your nephew, did you say? Is he still like Miss Rachel age? Legit, I I have learned a little bit of sign language because how much my son loves watching Miss Rachel. It's not a lot of sign language, but you know your letters. I know some of them. I used to know them better when I was younger because I would practice, and I felt so special that I knew my letters. I also have a book that my daughter loves. It's Blue Clues, and it tells you it kind of it's a book that I found amazing because it's actually written, but it also makes sure that everything is written in sign language too. So it kind of shows you how to sign everything. I think it's adorable. He's 3. But he's like past Miss Rachel age, right? I don't know. My son is about to turn 2, and the first time he saw Miss Rachel, he like fell in love. Like I feel it, he kind of is like number one fan sometimes because when he sees her, he just smiles and like his little like face glows up. Oh, and it would be cool to learn Braille. Ooh, ooh, Braille. My sister, she banned Miss Rachel. Aw, pobrecito. Aw, poor little guy. Yeah, I have those songs stuck in my head like 24/7. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But Braille. You know what? You should definitely check out. I actually don't know how many of those they manufactured, but Lego has a new collection that essentially the pieces are in Braille. So I don't know if it's like the instructions are in Braille or what, but like I don't know. I don't know how many, like, I don't want to say, oh, you should definitely get it. And then, like, for people who would probably want to actually have a set that is Braille, all of a sudden you, like, leave them without one. But, like, I think, especially since we talk about building all the time, that you should definitely consider taking a look at that. Yeah, look into it. I know that if you go to the Lego website, you could go over to Explore, I think it is. They recently released it, I think, because I know that it wasn't there. It wasn't there before, or at least it wasn't like advertised to me until recently, like at the beginning of the year. So if they released it, I think it was part of the releases on January 1st. But yeah, you should check it out. It might be a good way for to learn and a reason to buy Lego. You know I'm always looking for those. All right. Yay! We finally got it. That one actually, I struggled with that one. If I'm being honest. Usually I don't struggle that much, but that one was definitely, like, Yoya. Like, really? All right. But there's, like, certain pieces that are just, like, driving me crazy here. All right. So the next part, we're going to be opening up number 3 and number 4. Yay! Number 3. And it's not even a big build. I'm telling you, like on these, this definitely takes me a while. If you're familiar with Technic and Speed, Speed I could actually go through it a little bit faster, but the Technic, ooh, you would think I would be faster with those because I love them, but it does take me a while to get through it. I just looked it up. Yeah, I don't know if they only manufactured a certain amount, but I definitely love, like, they released also, I think it's kind of like a educational system that I guess you start off with one model, and that model apparently is supposed to teach you. I don't quite know, so don't quote me on this, you guys. But like supposedly it's an educational system that you could use at school that teachers can use to essentially help boost their imagination, and it's with STEM in mind. That it starts off like you basically learn the mechanics of being able to kind of construct one piece, and then it's meant to kind of teach you, and then the next piece it'll show you how to construct like a new thing too. In Spanish? Like Braille? Whoa, that sounds insane. If you decide to go this route, you're gonna have to tell me about your journey. But yeah, I found that it was cool. Like some of the educational pieces that they released this year, I was really impressed. I'm excited to see what they do with those lines of Legos. Because I know that the one that I'm telling you about when it comes to STEM, I think that one essentially kind of focus like some of the builds that I saw are definitely like marine focus, I think. But I don't know if that has anything to do with what they were thinking of doing. Like, yeah, I don't know if that has anything to do with okay, these are marine. Now we're gonna do like I don't know another habitat or something like that. If you're a teacher and you have tried these out, you should let me know. I would like to get your point of view if you use those in class. French? On the Lego website. See, I haven't even gone that deep. I just saw that they had the Braille, and I like looked at the first page. I didn't even like go in and see what if they had different languages. That's actually pretty amazing. That means that they might have Danish too. It would make sense that they would have Danish. Let's see here. Oh, it's the Eevee episode. The Eevee episode from the Kanto region. Alright, so now we're going to end up putting our sitting side caps on. Alright, let's see. Can I do this on the first run, or am I going to mess up? You guys ready? Well, first of all, I skipped a whole step. So we're already starting off kind of bad. Anyways, what's new? Let's see. We're going to put an L here. From there, it's going to be a 4x2. I think. How does that work? Oh, I put the 4x2 in. I mean, that one in the wrong spot. That's why. I'm like, that's not going to work. What are you talking about? Alright, so here, I'm going to start off with... I think I forgot to put those from, like, the other side. The other bag. Okay. Let's go in here, because I already added it to my little bucket here. Yep. They're the two pieces that I need. Totally skipped that part. Okay. So we're going to do a tall 2 here and a tall 2 here. Gonna add an L with a double 4 on that side. Turn it around. We're gonna do an L right here with a double 4 on this side. Right there. Now we have the top, because we're also going to add this one right over here. Got a little rock. I think that's going to be the push button on this one. But for some reason, I feel like the way that I constructed it, it's definitely not going to be good. Okay. I got to make sure that that string doesn't land like that. Okay, so if you guys notice right here, that's the rubber band that we put in there to have like that bounce. But that is kind of stopping it from sitting still over here, I feel. Because, there we go. It's supposed to bounce. I don't know if you guys see that. So it's supposed to be kind of like this one. Where here you have a little bouncy and it moves. And if you notice, there's like a rubber band in there that is causing that. So essentially this one has a rubber band too. This part right here is going to get you frustrated. I'll tell you that right now. Because that's where most of my problems with this build has started right now. I'm still going. But that's what I would probably say is the challenge. Because the way that it's built, it definitely moves some of the pillars and stuff over here. Like that one, I'm not sure if it's actually sitting where it's supposed to sit. Because, like, based off of this, it should be... I think it's leaning. I should be able to cover it up right here, but this is not, like, flush to this. And I don't know why. Let's see. Let me see here. Is it this side? There we go. There we go. I think that's what I needed to do. I needed to just open it up to see what was going on. But see, this one has it here. It doesn't even have it where I was able to put it. supposed to be this one right here, but that's the one that's having problems. Because of the rubber band, it's pushing it away. So I have it in the right spot. It just keeps moving. I don't know how that's going to work. I hope it's going to cover. Because it needs a stopper right there so that it doesn't like go too crazy. Okay. I'm telling you, it's that rubber band that is just messing everything up over here. That's okay. We'll get past it. We'll fix it. Let's see. There we go. Because I don't know if you guys can notice, but that's definitely not moving the right way. And it gets stuck. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to love this model. I don't think this is going to be on the, like, my good graces. This one I loved. I love that. This one I think is going to get stuck unless there's a specific way that they're going to make sure that it doesn't pop off. Because that's what's happening right now. The button is popping off and it's like moving. Alright. Let's get this tiling done. Well, not really tiling, but still. Let's see. I'm going to add a double side sitting side cap right here. Next to it is going to be a 3 in the dark gray. Then we're going to add another double. And then another triple. Nope, not a triple. We're going to add this one first. I am on the right side. Yes, okay. Then we're going to add the double, the triple, it is supposed to be a 4, not a 5. Excuse me, you guys. You gotta love that tool. Don't do big builds without it, even though this is a tiny build. Don't do, I honestly make sure that I have my little like undo button all the time. Whether it's the Lego one or it's the, I don't even know which one this one is. This is Lego. But I do have the Mattel one. And what I love about both of them is that I use them both for different things. So like this one right here has the crisscrossy just like this one. But sometimes depending on how it is, I seem to find it easier to use the Lego one versus the Mattel. But then there are certain things that this like all the way around one works a little bit better. So I always make sure I have both of them with me. My daughter was so happy that one of the sets came with a blue one. She was like, oh, can I keep the blue one? And so I lost the blue one to her. She took it from me. Alright. There we go. Oh no, that's not even the side that I needed to like lock up. Okay, that's fine. We're getting there. So we're going to add a 2 brown here. Then it's going to be a 8 in the gray. Gray. Then we're going to add another brown. There we go. Yeah. We're going to do a 1 in the gray. Gray, gray, gray. Let's do these L's first. This will kind of center us. So that's going to be 1 gray, 1 green L, 2 green L. I'm going to do brown right next to that. On the left, right. I don't know my left from my right, you guys, so I do apologize. But you know what's funny about that? It's okay because you guys are facing a different way, so you wouldn't even know if I'm saying the right side. Or would you? I actually don't know. Maybe I could get away with it? I don't know. Okay. I gotta turn it around. Let's see if we could get some of this a little bit more stationary. I think we might. I don't know. I'm still not confident of how this is going to work out. Let's see. What turtle? Ductile. Gonna do a double, what? Double 5 on both sides. Double 5. Single 5. And that one's gonna come across here. And see, that's the thing that I'm having problems with because that is not attached there. That is not high up there. I have a feeling that I forgot to add something. I want to be the fairy breast. Did you guys hear that supposedly the background singer for back vocals for Michael Jackson, who used to go on tour with him and was one of his dancers, is actually the guy who sings the Pokemon song that we all kind of like grew up with? I wonder if that's true. If it's true, I like need to know, because if so, man, he like went hard on that song, and it's such an iconic song because of how he lent his vocals to it. Gotta catch him, so true. My kids know the whole song too. Pokemon. Yeah, I have you on live on phone. You sound louder. On which one? YouTube? I sound louder? You know, I don't know why that is. You know, I always struggle with like my setup. It's a miracle I don't give up and like say, you know what, I'm not going live anymore. I really do struggle sometimes. There's two in the brown. That's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch him, it's on me. I know it's my destiny. Oh. No, I have you on Amazon app, but I think it's the fact that it's a new phone. Oh. Kudos to your new phone. Let's give it a little round of applause. Yay. I feel like at that point it's one of those moments where it's like, it's doing its job. Good job. Good job, little phone. Thanks for showing us that you can do it. Remember, I have a very love and hate relationship with my phone, so that's why I can sound a little salty about that. I'm salty that your phone works and mine doesn't. Even if you got a new one. Boop. No, oh, I thought you put something new in there. Alright, we're going to do this 4 over here. Single 4. Single 4. I'm going to start my singing. I love how easily and seamlessly everything transferred over. Well, you went from the same ecosystem, right? Like you went from apple to apple. I am on point with those like puns today. I was watching an old video and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like mention something about this. But I was watching an old video of earlier this week, and I think it was when I was talking about Butterfree. Let me show you guys Butterfree real quick. Let me take a quick break. This is Butterfree. Say hello. Hello, Butterfree. This is Butterfree. Isn't she beautiful? Here, I'll highlight it on Amazon for you guys. Apple to apples. But I was watching the video I made about my struggle with Butterfree yesterday, and I realized that I was like, yeah, it's bugging me out. And I was like, that was such an opportunity to be like, guess what, you guys, that was a pun and I totally meant it. I tend to catch myself in my puns. My husband gets on my case about it. Don't you just love those mechanics? She looks so cute. I have decided that it's a her. I don't think there's a difference. Is there? I actually don't know. I know that back in the anime, when they first came out, they didn't have boy or girl Pokemon, and then all of a sudden that changed. So now I don't know if there's a difference between how a male Butterfree looks from a female. But isn't she cute? To me, it's still a she. We should name her. What do you think her name should be? Butterfree. What would your name be? Let's see. Let's brainstorm a little. Let's see. Let's see if any suggestions actually like pop to me. Ready? All right, we're gonna put Butterfree down and go on to this one. $16.99. I just noticed this one's on $16.99. That's actually pretty good. Doug Trio is more expensive than Geodude? Wait, hold on. What's Golbat? Golbat is 17. Why? Let's see. Geodude is 355 pieces. And Golbat is 318 pieces. And it's more expensive? Like by $1. I know, by $1. But still, I'm kind of surprised that it has it at a higher rate. That's interesting. Okay. Anyways, look, I'm almost done with the base. I told you guys that the base always takes me longer because all the mechanical pieces, especially, I'm already kind of like stressing of how long this base is going to take me tomorrow. Like, look at that. Okay? Let me go ahead and show you Eevee real quick. So this is Eevee. I think we should just name them all. You know, we should have suggestions of what I should name them. This right here took me 6 hours. Okay, let's go highlight Eevee. Look at Eevee, you guys. She's so adorable and she's so on sale because I know that that's not the price that my husband got her at. But this is Eevee. This one took me overall, I think it was 8 hours on stream. But you know what happens when I'm on stream. I get distracted. So I know that I could have possibly finished this one within 6 hours. But 4 of those hours, like, I think 6 of those hours was just this part alone. I don't know if you can see it. Oh no, she's falling apart. But this one, you could see all the gears and stuff. It was, I don't want to say it was a nightmare. It was not a nightmare. I truly enjoyed my time building Eevee. Okay? But it definitely took me a while because I don't know how, okay? I don't know how I can survive building while I'm on stream with you guys because I get so chatty that I get so distracted that then I'm like, well, that took longer than what it did, what it should have. And you know, and sometimes like some of the stuff that I come up with that I start talking about, it's like just so random. Alright. So it gets kind of like I don't understand how I managed to do that. Alright, so we're going to turn around this way. We're going to add this corner piece right here. I guess that's how it's going to work. I'm still not sure how this is going to like really work out. I feel like I'm going to have to be very careful with it. That piece right here, I'll be honest with you. I don't like that piece here in this one. It's not working for me. Only because I feel like it's going to get stuck at the bottom. It's like sensitive there. Alright. So we're going to add a 3 that's going to come all the way to the top over here. Flush to the sitting side cap. Going to add another 3 that's going to come along the bottom. Where is it? The bottom right there. And we're going to add a corner piece tile and another one right over here. Right there. See? That's a little better. I wonder if this one's going to have flowers. I haven't even checked. No, this one's only going to have rocks. They don't want flowers next to Geodude. Why are you going to put flowers next to Geodude? He's a rock type. I don't know. Maybe he wants to smell the flowers. Alright, we're going to add a double, then the green half tile with our little rock. I popped up. That's why I'm not trusting this one. There. Yay. Okay, we're almost done with these 2 bags, and then we're on to the last 2 bags. Okay. We're going to have, I believe this is an 8 tile. Another 8 tile. Tile. Not towel. Tile. I'm going to add another one right over here. 1 and 2. And we're going to add the side over here. I'm actually shocked that it doesn't have more tiles than the other ones. Because if you take a look at the other ones, especially this one, gold bat. I keep saying gold bat. This is fully tiled. I don't know if you guys can really see that. This one you still have some that has the prongs right there. But this one is fully exposed. I'm actually pretty shocked that it's not tiled up. Maybe so that it accentuates the rocks, perhaps? Probably. Alright, then we're going to add another corner piece. We're going to be facing it this way. That's usually my issue of when I get lost, when I accidentally turn it around because I'm looking at something else. And then the next thing I know, I'm putting the pieces in the wrong side. We're going to skip 1 and put it kind of close to this little part. Here, we're going to add some tiling. I'm going to put an L right there, and then a 4 with a corner piece on the bottom. Okay. Then on this side, we're going to do similar with the L on top and the corner piece on the slanted corner piece on the bottom, with adding a rock on this side. Aw, look at the beautiful rock, you guys. It's like cut in half. It's seen life. Erosion. I think Geodude hit it. I think that's what's going on here. That's what happened. Geodude was mad at that rock, and that's why it's like cut open. So does that mean that this is the other piece that he broke off? I think that's what happened. That's the story of this build, you guys. He got really mad that he just went ahead and he was like, smash! And he broke it. See? It's not even erosion. I was saying it was erosion, but no, it was Geodude. So what I love about these, okay, is that they come with their own nameplate, okay? So you saw Eevee has one, and if I remember correctly, it came with 6 different ones. All of them are different languages. So, however, not all of them have the same amount. So these, I believe it was Butterfree and Geodude, come with 4 nameplates, which I'm still trying to figure out, but I definitely know that you have the English translation and you have the Japanese translation. These 2 I'm still trying to figure out, because even though I speak Spanish, you guys, thanks for the follow, Madeline. I'm sorry, Madeline. I'm sorry if I'm like saying it wrong. I need glasses and I'm looking at it off of my phone, and I should really start wearing my glasses more often. I just always forget where they are because I'm hiding them from my son. But even though I speak Spanish, don't shun me. I never saw Pokemon in Spanish, so I actually don't know the names of the Pokemon in Spanish. So I can't tell you whether this is Spanish or not, but I'm pretty sure it is, because fun fact, I recently found out that the top 5 most common languages, at least here in the U.S. It's English, Spanish, Mandarin, and Cantonese, kind of like in between, and then Tagalog. Did you guys know that? That is a fun fact for you guys today. I actually looked it up, mostly because in a past life I was a linguist, and I really love to know stuff about languages. And in my present, so that's my present, that's my past life. In my present life, I have really thought about possibly trying to do like a linguistics course, because I've always loved languages. I think even music is a type of language. At least that's what I was taught. I played the saxophone when I was a kid, and they told me that it was kind of like knowing another language, and I thought that was beautiful, and I kind of kept it with me for the rest of my life. So anyways, going back to this, Butterfree and Geodude come with 4 different nameplates. You're always going to get the English translation and the Japanese translation. The other ones that come along with it, I don't quite know exactly what it is. This one's Stein at the end, so Kleinstein? That can't be, that's a name. Maybe, I don't know. And then this one is Racario, if it's Spanish, because I'm trying to read it in Spanish. But anyways, Geodude and Butterfree come with 4 nameplates. Golbat over here, he only came with 3. So I guess it depends on how big the build is of how many different nameplates it'll get to. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to add these over here, which is going to... That's 1. I thought a rock was going to go there, but I guess not. I guess I should have really looked at the picture, huh? I would have gotten a sample of what actually was going to go there. Alright. And then we got that one. Okay. And then here, we're going to build this nifty contraption. So we're going to start off with this one facing down. Then we're going to add our double-sided prong over here. Now, the fun thing is that this one is actually a rotator on one side. So make sure that's the prong side going inside of that part, and then you add the rotator cuff. Rotator cuff. Then add the stem. Gonna go ahead and add the rotator cuff on the top over here. Then add the prong, rotator side inside of the rotator cuff, along with this one that's gonna be facing up technically. Right in there. And that is going to live over here. Now, I'm afraid to do anything to this piece right here, because this is the piece that I'm telling you is going to get stuck, which is what happened, I feel. Okay, let me see. If I push this down, probably will create resistance. Nope, I think I messed it up. Okay, how about... I feel like maybe perhaps I should have done this part before putting it in its spot. But I think we got it. Yay, we got it. I don't think it's all the way down, but it's definitely there. Ah, okay. Let's just not mess with it anymore. Okay. And that is it for those baggies. We're on to bags number 5, 6, and 7. Last 3 baggies, you guys. And then we're going to be done with this one. It's not so bad. I think it's an hour and a half. So yeah, like if you're not chatting in between like I am, I think this is a very good like listen to our build, definitely. And the reason why it's like 2 hours, number 5, is definitely all these small pieces that you see. This this part right here is gonna go by a little bit faster. Like I said earlier, when it comes to that base for these mini motion and motion Mattel builds, definitely it's all about this base. That's what you're gonna struggle with. Everything else is usually pretty easy. Number 6. And it's gonna be tiny because this is a lot of small little pieces. Number 7. Do you build Legos that come with stickers? Yeah, every once in a while I do. Full disclosure, I sometimes buy them for my daughter because usually the ones that have stickers, the ones that say 18 and up, for the most part, I have not seen, at least the ones that I have built, I have not seen them have stickers. Usually the 18 and up, I always see that they are painted on or printed on. Kind of like this. So they're usually printed on. But when it comes to like the smaller builds, like I could tell you the Speed Champions. I forgot what age group those are, but I think the Speed Champions are like a 12 or 13. Hold on. But Speed Champions, the 2 that I have built recently, those had stickers on them. So I think it's an age thing. If it's recommended ages like 12 and up, like ages 12 and up to 12, you'll get a sticker. And I think it's like that interactive piece for the kiddos so that they could go ahead and essentially add the sticker on. You know, kids love stickers. But aside from that, like once you get to the ones that say 18 and up, those honestly, I have always seen them with the printed pieces. I guess it's like a bigger investment, so they want to make sure that they're, you know, they looked as finished and as perfect as possible. Because that's the thing. Like, I know that I have seen some, like, content creators that talk about being very, very precise about, and, like, you could even buy specific tweezers to put your stickers on your Legos so that they're, you know, sitting the right way and so on and so forth. I'll be honest with you. I know that if it's one that has a sticker, it's probably one that I'm going to disassemble and then my daughter can, like, use it again. If I know that it has a sticker, I'll probably try to have her build it first before I build it, just so that she gets the joy of, like, actually taking out. Because that's one thing that she told me. She's like, she loves opening the bags. And I get it. It's like that fresh new feeling. So if I know that it's going to have stickers, I usually tend to let her do it first. Because then I don't feel guilty. Let's see here. I'm also exhausted, you guys. Doing a stream every single day for Pokemon Day seemed like a great idea. And then life hit me. So, that is why we're here tonight instead of earlier today. Life hit me in the booty. And it told me it's not going to happen exactly how you want it to. That's okay. We're here. Alright, we're going to add the sitting side cap, which is the one on both sides. From here, that one's already going to have that. So this is going to have the sitting J, the J cap. And that's not the right J cap. Where are my J caps? This is a J cap. I have my own language when it comes to these. So if you're at home telling me, hey, that's not how you say it, you can say it in the comments, but This is how I normally like I call these pieces. Alright, so J cap right here. We need another J cap. Pokemon, gotta catch you and me. 2. Oh. Oh, you know what? Crystal, do you have Amazon Prime? I just realized that, especially when it comes to Pokemon, you could always go on YouTube and go to the Pokemon official channel. They usually have like episodes kind of rolling around. If you want to go series by series, like I know Netflix has the Indigo League, and of course like some other ones. You used to have Amazon Prime? Okay. Because I could tell you that on Amazon Prime, if you have Prime Video, that's the only place that I have seen after they got rid of Pokemon TV. Now Pokemon TV is technically the YouTube channel, but Pokemon TV used to be an app where you could basically watch all of the different seasons of Pokemon and all the movies. And they no longer have that. Now it's just a YouTube channel. But you can actually rent. It's not free with Prime, but you could rent the so I don't think you need Prime to access Prime Video, do you? I don't think so. I just have Prime, so it makes it easier. But you can basically subscribe. Going back to subscriptions, you can basically subscribe to the Pokemon channel, and then you have access to basically all the Pokemon content. And that is the #1 spot that I have seen that you could get on demand content for Pokemon if you want to get into the anime. And it makes it really easy because sometimes when you go to other places, it goes by its official like name. So like for example, the first season is Indigo League. And if you see it that way and you see X and Y and then you see Sun and Moon or something like that, you kind of don't know where to start. But when it comes to Amazon Video, they actually make it easy because they say volume, like season 23, volume 2, season 23 and volume 4. So you actually know that you're watching it in order if you prefer to watch it in order. I do recommend watching it in order because it kind of gives you a sense of like the whole storyline, and you kind of feel like you're growing up with the main character. But I know that there's some people that like certain seasons, some other people don't like certain seasons. I watch from the start to finish, like I said. It's a tradition for me. It's like my own like little safe haven for birthday. Wait, yes. Sorry. Where was it listed in order? On Amazon Prime. Well, Prime Video. Prime Video. Okay. So that's going to be 1 and 2. It's not rotator, is it? No, it's prong. Prong. So yeah, if you want to get into the anime like that, that would be one way that I would probably suggest it. I'm excited for you to see the content of Pokopia because I feel like I will probably get you like thinking about that game. I'm super excited. I'm also excited for Friday. Friday is the showcase in case anybody wants to see it. And I don't know. I personally have my own predictions of what might happen. I want them to announce a Switch that looks like Ditto because I really, really want a Ditto Switch. But I have a feeling that they are not going to do that. I have it on my other phone. Okay. Yeah, I would say try it. You could check to see if the content's there. But I know that I still have my favorites on there. That's a subscription I still haven't gotten rid of. That is hard. your peoples within our nation. So truth and love. To skies above. Jesse, James, Team Rocket. Oh, this way. But going back to these predictions that I have, I personally think that because it's Pokemon 30 and they're celebrating the release of 30 years of Red and Green, I have a feeling that they're going to do something commemorative for that. And unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be a Switch, and so therefore, I'm not going to get my Switch that's a Ditto. That's okay. But I really want it to be a Ditto. Hopefully they have two options. You have the Ditto option for people who are waiting for that like me, and then you have the other one to basically celebrate Pokemon 30. Let's see what they do. We're what? Let's see. We're 24 hours away. Well, 23 hours away from Pokemon Day. And that's just to the strike of midnight, if I'm being honest. I found this Pokemon countdown and I'm using it now. But I realized the other day, I was like, that's a countdown to actual Pokemon Day. It's not a countdown to the showcase. So I have to add a couple of hours to that. That showcase, I will probably be co-streaming it while I'm finishing Pikachu, because I have a feeling I'm not going to finish Pikachu tomorrow. I intend to, but I don't think I'm going to finish it. Alright, so we're going to grab a single 4 on both sides over here. That's 1. Anchovy. That's a 5. Here's a 4. From there, we're going to grab our long J cap. Nope, that's not it. It would be this one. And then you're going to have the underbelly sitting side caps. That's 1. And 2. This one's going to come over here and live right on top of this. And you're starting to get the form of Geodude. Look at that. You're going to fill that in. This way, yes. Then we're going to go ahead and add a double on the bottom on both sides. Double on the bottom, double on the bottom. Okay. From this side, we're going to focus on these ones, the prong holders. Single 3 on the top with a, and I just realized, a double once again on the bottom. This side, the same thing. You're going to add a 3 prong holder on the top with a 2 on the bottom. Holding this like this, we're going to have a sitting J cap, which is going to be this one, the little fat one. And that's going to be 1. And we should have another one. Where is it? And add it to the other side right there. Boop. Okay. From there, we're going to see, when I don't hold it the way that it's showing me on the instructions, that's when I kind of mess up when I'm not paying attention. And then you see me basically go back and redo everything I did because I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so this one, nope, that's going to be facing down right there. And it's going to be on both sides. And on both sides, we're going to add a little kind of like corner one. Gotta make sure that we grab the right side for each side. So this one's going to be right over here to kind of finish off this edge. And we're going to find another one. think it would be this one. That looks like it might be it. Nope. You see? That's not it. This one it? No, that's the same side. Maybe this one? Nope, that's the same side. Yeah. They're all the same side. ¿Por qué? No, that one too. ¿Dónde estás, corazón? There we go. Nope. I'm already adding it to the wrong side. Watch. I probably already had it thinking that I was going to put it on this side. I was grabbing the wrong one. I had it this whole time, you guys. I had it this whole time and I was like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. But it was. I messed up. Alright. I am holding it like this. We're going to go into our little corner pieces over here. This one is, let me think. How does that work? Is it this way? Ah! Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Let me think about this. What way would it go? I'm starting to feel it. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. We have one here and another one here. I have to think about how I'm actually putting these on. Alright, so this is that side. There we go. There we go. I figured it out. For some reason, that was really hard to think about. Okay, I got it. Look, we got a really round butt now. I think that's the butt. I would think that that is. I think it's going to be like this. Standing up. Okay, so we're calling this the butt. And watch, this has happened to me before. That I'm like, oh, that's this piece. That's that part. When I built Bowser, I was like, oh, this is going to be the head. Yeah, it was not the head. It was like a, part of his tail, I think. Alright. So from here, if we're holding it this way, we're going to grab a single. Wait. This way. Grab a single. That one's going to go right over here. That's one. Going to grab our stepping jay, which I don't see it. Here's one. Oh, it's a shoe. I call these a shoe. Only because if you build, what's it called? Brickheads? Sometimes they use corner parts like this with the attachment at the bottom. They use them as shoes. So I call them a shoe. That's my shoe. So, partial shoe here. And then a prong holder one. It would be a double. But it is a prong holder one. I did that wrong. Because this one is actually going on here. There we go. Then shoe goes on. Now that makes more sense. And then the prong holder. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to grab a single, add it to the bottom. Then it's going to be a shoe. Where's the shoe? ¿Dónde está el zapato? Where's the shoe? There's the shoe. I will tell you, if you've never built with the Mega Blocks, they are a little bit harder to snap, if I'm being honest. I feel like, you know those ASMR videos that you hear? like that you could actually hear. For some reason, whenever I build Legos, I don't feel like I actually hear the snap. I hear the snap when I do the Mattel ones, like because you're still kind of like having to push it in. But when it comes to the Lego ones, I for some reason I don't feel like I could hear the snap. I don't know why. I don't know why. So that's one and two. Then we have this kind of cool piece. It's kind of like slanted. That one's going to come on one side, but it's going to be this side because I think it has to be kind of curved. The slant is supposed to be down more. So that's one. We got to find another one. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? And then we're going to add that one. Look, we got the full circle. Whee! Yay! Yay! And if you're just joining me, I am building my way to Pokemon Day. Today I am doing Geodude. Yesterday I did Butterfree. Ready? If you're watching on YouTube, you have a better view of Butterfree. But let's flap her wings. Ready? Yay! It's me, Butterfree. No, I lied. That one wasn't yesterday. Goldback was yesterday. Goldback. Goldback was yesterday. The day before yesterday was Butterfree. And then from there, before that, I did this little postcard with Ivysaur on it. This one is interesting because I haven't found the other two, but there's two other postcards that you can buy, and they attach. So one of the things that I've noticed, especially when it comes to the Mattel Pokemon ones, you could always attach them. Like my Pokemon Center, that one you can attach it to anything. So yeah, if you're looking at the carousel, I have the Pokemon Center if you want to take a look at it. I just need to get up and grab it. But there's the Pokemon, what is it, windmill, that you could actually attach to a couple of other builds. So they're meant so that you could attach them together and kind of create like a whole scene. They're pretty cool. Let's see. Alright. Let's set this aside for a bit. Let's get up close and personal with our pieces. And we're going to start off with one. Is that double-sided? That's double-sided. We're going to get double-sided on both of these. And we're going to grab this doohickey over here. We're going to start off with this one. So we're going to have the 3 and then the 2. From there, we're going to use a J. Actually, let's use this one first. There's kind of like a pyramid looking one. This one? That one. That one's going to go right over here. And then it's going to be a J cover. Regular one. Not the slanted pieces. J cover. J cover. Okay, these are all corners. Oh, here we go. Then from there, we're going to turn it around. And we're going to add our hinge. Which Pikachu? Hinge on this side. That one is hard. Like I said, the Mattel one sometimes takes a while. Like, there's some pieces that you really have to, like, that you really have to push down. But like right there, for example, supposedly it should be, oh, hold on. That's what I did wrong. Alright, so this is the L. It's only going to go on the 2 right here. And then the J cap is going to cover it. I thought I was going to have the J cap come over here, but no. I messed up. Oh, look. Ready? And we're going to clip it. Pokemon masterpiece. I don't know. I feel like it's a little empty. I might have put it the wrong way. That can't be. Be the very best. No one ever was. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, that might be his mouth though. Oh, see? I was even holding it the wrong way. That's his mouth. That's why. That makes sense. I thought it was the back. So I was like, how is that supposed to work? That's not gonna work. Alright, no. It's his mouth. Okay. So, from here, we're going to grab a, I think that's a regular one. Alright, so we're going to grab a 6. We're going to grab a tall, what is that? That's 4. I need a tall 5. Do I have a tall 5? No, this is a 5, that's why. Okay, so I'm going to grab a single 5 and add a tall 4 and a tall 1 to it. Let's see, right here. From there, it's going to be the double-sided cap, under cap. It's going to be 1. Trying to miss my calls. 2. Oop, it's flying. Don't go anywhere. That's 2. 3. And then a double. It's going to be the prong 1 double. Okay. And this is going to be turned around. Can I catch a mouse so true? So that's piece 1. And then from there, we're going to grab a double-sided sitting side cap. If I can find one. Double-sided sitting side cap. We're going to add 2 singles right on top. Which one's this one? That's 1. And I just had one. And that's 2. 2. And then we have, there should be one with a claw. This one. Found it. There we go. And this is going to be that's 1 and 2. So it's going to be all across. I'm going to finish that off. Okay, next one we're going to build 2 of these going into it. So we are going to have, start off with a square. And then we're going to have this one right here. J-cap. To the J-cap we're going to add a prong holder, double prong holder. If we can. You know what? It's easier if we just do this right here. Because if I try to like undercarriage hook it, it's not gonna work. Alright, so that's one. Got this one with the J cap. J cap. There we go. And then a double coming over here at the top. That's one. And two. They're shoes. We made shoes. Look at that. They look like slides. Nike slides. We got slides. Alright. And, oh, we got eyes. Look at this. Ready? So we're going to add a double tall to both of these. And then one of them is going to have that eye. And then we're going to add the second eye. Look at that. I think they're going to go on that side like that. No, that's too close together. I'm pretty sure there's a piece in between. Oh yeah, the piece we've been working on. Okay, so this one facing me this way. We're going to add eye looking down to this side. There you go. Right? Yeah. And then eye looking down on this side. We got a face! Oh, that's what that's for. Look, we got a face. Little face. Brr. Okay. We got our face. We're almost done. From here, gonna have, it's like a little dome. This dome right here. Bring that to the top edge right there with a 3. With a 3. Then it's going to be a double 5 right smack in the middle with a 1 at the top. I'm going to add another 3. That 3 is going to live here in the middle with this tall J cap coming in on the top. And then there's going to be another J cap, which is going to be the regular long one actually. Where is it? ¿Dónde estás? I feel like I want to sing a song that goes with those words, and then I stop midway because I can't choose one song. And plus, I don't think you guys want to hear me sing. It's not healthy for you guys. You guys are already kind of getting a preview of how that torture would go with Pokemon. Alright, we're going to have this like piece right here. Add the undercarriage sitting side cap. And then a corner piece over here. Right over here. Right there. That's one. We're going to do the other side. Other side is also going to have the undercarriage J cap at the top. With our corner piece. Where's the corner? Where's the corner? There we go. Okay. I needed to make sure I was like leaving the right side open. And then these are going to come on the top over here. That's one. I left it open though. Oh, okay, that makes sense. They're hanging, but I'm hanging the wrong side. supposed to be like that. That's one. And two. That was easier to do it that way. Then we're going to have two tile pieces, corner pieces coming up to the top. That's one. And then we need a second one, which is going to be the opposite side. Since we don't have that many, we should have this like less time. Like, we'll find it faster. Alright. From here, we're going to add these squares to the top. Where is it? We're going to do one square piece here. And one single as well on the other side, marrying it. That's that one. And then we're going to have our corner caps. Corner J caps. One on that side, one on this side. There you go. Then we have these cool nifty hinges that we're going to add a side cap to. Let's make sure we have the right side. This one might actually be the opposite side, so it's going to be this side. And I think this one would be the one I need for the other side. For the left? Is that the left? I think it's the left. There you go. And we're going to have a socket. Hey, we can move his, like, eyebrows around. Wait. Ready? We got mad. And then we got meh. And then we got sad. Oh no. Why so sad? Why so sad? Alright. But we're going to have him with more of a mad look on his face. Then we're going to have our rotating hinge. This one is going to go... Good question. How is that going to go? That is going to be a T. Where is the T? It is right here. Opposite the hinge. That's one. With another hinge up here. And that one's going to have the rotating cap. Where is it? And then we got the pan. I call that a pan. A little pan. Okay. And this one is going to come over here. Okay. Where is this going to go? I guess we're just going to set it down for right now. And we're going to build another one. And that one's going to have... Let's see. That's a special piece. We're going to have hinge. And then it's going to be the T again. These are so hard. My fingers are going to hurt by the end of this week. Because Mattel makes them a little bit harder to push down. I love these builds, but my hands end up hurting after a while. Okay, so we got that. We're gonna add another one of these right on top. Okay, and then our rotating hinge with our pan. Let's add the pan. I don't know why it didn't just say for me to do two. They look the same. I guess. Okay, I see it now. Okay. Whoop. Alright, from here, this part right here is the arm, and it's going to go on this second one over here. Right there. And then we're going to add a cap, tile cap over here. Ouch. Same thing on this side. Let's actually add the tile cap first. Tile cap with the hinge. Look at his little arms. I don't know if I'm going to give him any more muscle. Is he? Oh yeah. It looks it looks like he is going to get muscle. Okay. This is going to be the fun part because this is usually where I screw up. So we're going to add him over here. Ah. I feel like they're not even. But we got it. Okay. From there, this piece right here is going to belong in this piece. I feel like this is where this is gonna suffer because no, I popped it. No. Okay, I think I could salvage this. I told you guys I was gonna hate that part. Okay, but this gives me an opportunity to make sure that it's flush all the way to the bottom. The reason why is because this is so delicate that it has to be a certain length, like a certain height too. There we go. I think I got it to go all the way to the bottom now. Flower is facing this way. Oh no. And because of the rubber band, there's like no resistance to push it towards it. No lie, this is my least favorite of these, I think. It's not working how I want it to. This is stuck. Ah! Okay, I think I did something that's gonna help. I think I had to push it all the way down for it to like stay in one spot. So, we got a little bit of movement. Look, his mouth is moving! Yay! His mouth is moving. Okay. Okay. I don't think it's not my least favorite now. Because I figured it out. Let's see. Okay, from here we're gonna grab a 3. That 3 is going to have a 2 with the prong sticking out. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? This one. That's gonna be on one side with 2. I mean the single. And then it's gonna be this one right here with the claw. The claw, but this is not the claw that I need. I lie. That's not the claw that I need. I need this claw. And this is the socket joint. And that's going to go on top of the 2. And then it's going to be a J cap. Cover that up. Okay. And then from there, the other side is going to be similar because you're going to have the 3. Nope, that's not the 3. I need the regular 3. There we go. This one. A 3. We're going to add the 2 on top with the hinge. And then the 1 with the hinge. Charmander evolved. And then with the hinge. Where's the hinge? This one. That one. And then the... I think it's this one. Yeah, it should be this one. The angled J caps always get me thrown off because I'm trying to figure out whether it's supposed to be open on the bottom or on the top. Alright, so now we have these parts, which this one should be this side. Nope, I'm facing it this way. If I face it this way, and this is actually going to be on the front. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be in the front with the hinge out, the socket out. So it's going to be 1, and you connect it here. There we go. And you point it down this way. This one's going to go 1 and 2. Okay. Now we're going to grab this one. Add this kind of like stepping hinge. Right? Yeah. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. Pokemon. And then now it's going to be the one with the hinge. And this kind of cap looking one. The other one's going to be similar, I believe. Oh, it's his fingers. Ready? We did this with the other one. There was another one. I think I did it for who was it? I did something similar for Bowser. And then for Mickey. Gotta catch him with I know it's my destiny. Okay, so it's gonna be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna add these 4. And it's gonna be the short side. Facing up. That's 1. 2. 3. And 4. The very best. No one ever was. And then this one is going to have this little cap that goes on the top to make like a thumb. I just realized that Geodude has like real hands. And then we're going to add the little shovel. And little shovel is going to go on the hinge to make the thumb. And then the 4 of these are gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Follow through, you teach me and I teach you. There we go. Look at his hand. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the other side, just slightly different. So we got this. Gonna add a stepping stone, hinge. It's gonna go opposite side, and then the cap right on top. Then go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're gonna make our thumb. It's gonna be this one with the little thumb tack right there. There goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yay! I have a feeling that that's it. We don't have any more that we need to build. Oh my god, that's it. We finished, you guys. Okay, so we're just gonna add it to the socket. We got Geodude. Look at him. Yay! Celebration dance. Pokemon, mon. Yay, we finished it. Woo! I will say that I'm kind of shocked that this is just hanging out. I feel like I might have missed something. No, that's how they have it. Interesting. We have the 2 things here. You could add a flower though. Like if you have extra flowers, you could add flower. Alright. So here we go, you guys. We made it. We got Geodude as part of our little collection here. Let me do a quick run through. So we have Geodude, which was today's build. This one was 355 pieces, recommended for ages 13 and up. Took me about probably an hour and a half if we were like omitting some of like the talk time. But basically these bases are usually what takes a lot of time. So that's Geodude. We have Golbat over here that made his debut yesterday. This one is 318 pieces. I feel like this is probably still one of my favorites because it's so seamless. The other one, this little rock part, I just struggled a lot with that one. But this one seems so seamless that look at how it moves. It's much more fluid. So that is Golbat. Then from there, we did Butterfree. I love this one. I'm like in love with this one. I feel like I'm going to have to fight my husband for this one. I'm going to have to try to see if I can find another one and buy another one. I guess they're $35.99 right now, so it's not bad. And this one is 582 pieces. Nope, I lie. No, it is. That is Butterfree. 582 pieces, recommended for ages 12 and up. From there, on day 1, we did the Bulbasaur little postcard. These little opposable figures. I know that they have the little Pokeballs that also have the opposable figures, but this one you could find another set. There's an additional little spot here where you could add another Pokemon if you have it. I have one. Oh, we could put Togepi on there. What is that Togepi? What's that little Togepi? Look at that! Now we have Togepi in there. So cute. I know Togepi, I got it with the what is it? With the Pokemon Center. I could bring that down if you guys want to see it. Just let me know in the chat. Otherwise, just know that I do have that one built. You could also find me on social, and you could kind of scroll back. I think I built it back in probably September, and I posted something about it. But I got Togepi with that one. And on day one, we also built our Pokedex. This Pokedex is missing a couple of pieces only because I keep losing them. So yesterday I kind of came across this little part, and I realized that I put away that piece thinking it was just a piece that dropped, but it's actually the backing that I have. It's the Kanto Pokedex. This one is 322 pieces, and it comes with 5 of these tradable items. So over here it actually has like a cover. It's completely covered, but it comes off so that you could essentially be able to pop this off. Then from here you have 2 buttons that you essentially put the cartridge in, and you add it there. You have Pikachu. It comes with Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, and Eevee. I won't lie, probably not Eevee, but like the rest of these, I know they're holographic and you could see it and it's them moving, but I kind of wish that instead of it being just the same generation, like same evolution, that they would have taken the opportunity to do a holographic where you could kind of see the evolution, like all 3 evolutions. That would have been cool. But that's not the case. It's basically Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. And it also lights up. I love that feature. I do wish, and I wonder if Lego is going to make their own Pokedex. I would love to see their rendition of the Pokedex. I would also love for them to have the license long enough to release every single Pokedex that there is. I really want that collection. So I'm throwing it out there and manifesting it and hoping that we do get it. This piece right here is actually finished. However, for some reason those 2 pieces were not in my kit. I have disassembled and assembled this maybe about 5 different times. 2 of those times my 6-year-old has done it with me. But I think this is going to be the last time because I'm starting to lose pieces, you guys. So that's the Pokedex. We've talked about Eevee. This one was 1,355 pieces. And then from there we have Charizard that is in my hand right here. I love this build. It's very mechanical. He's very, very movable. He has many different areas, like even his legs stand in a different way so that you can move it. His wings, it's this silicone type of material, so it allows it for it to be kind of in flight, or even like sitting, like when he's sitting down, you kind of have them like in his back. This part right here, you could actually remove it. His jaw does kind of open up a little bit. This one I don't remember how many pieces it was, but definitely it was a quick build. And then from there, I'm super excited. Tomorrow, I think I go live at 12. I don't remember what time I scheduled myself. But if you're following and you have notifications up, it'll let you know when I go live. But tomorrow I do have an earlier stream only because I know that this one's going to take a while. So I might actually do a little bit at night too. If you join me at night, you might see me halfway built. I don't know if it's going to be halfway built. But I do know that it's going to be partially built if you join me at night rather than the morning session. I have something that I need to go take care of with my daughter, so that's why I'm not going to go through with just like I did with Evie. But if Evie took me 8 hours, I have a feeling that this one's going to take me 6, and I'm probably going to try to split it off between like 4 and 2 or something. I might even leave a little bit so that I finish it off while I'm watching the Pokemon showcase, which I am planning to stream as well. That one, though, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream it here on Amazon Live. So if you want to see me build and kind of get Pokemon news with me and we could discuss while we're watching, make sure to click the link in the bio and follow me on YouTube because that's where I'll be. I usually dual stream, and when I dual stream, I usually do Amazon and YouTube. So you can find me on both places. But aside from that, as far as I know right now, I have a live scheduled for tomorrow. I believe I go live at 12. So I shall see you then. It was a pleasure being with you guys here today. You know that I always appreciate when you guys spend some time with me and we get a chance to just build together. So thank you for the chat. And like I said before, if you're not already following and if you enjoyed having some conversation with me, especially because I'm like sleep deprived right now. So I don't even know what that looked like. I don't remember half of the conversation we had. But if you don't mind the random jibber jabber that I spew out while I'm building, definitely hit the follow or subscribe button. And I would love to see you again. And maybe next time you can give me a suggestion of what I should build next. Um, you could always find me on socials. Linktree has all of my information where you can find me, when you can find me. Usually, if I don't have a scheduled up already, I'll let you know as we go. But I shall see you guys tomorrow. And again, thank you. I appreciate you guys spending the time with me. And take care. Get some sleep. Eat something. Bye.